Welcome to the U.S. Open Straight Pool Championships for 2019, presented by CueSports International, being held at Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is George Tejada, joined in the booth by Mitch Ellerman. Mitchell, how are you?
Man, what a lag. Morra just froze that ball to the rail.
Those are good legs. Those are awesome to watch all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a straight pool.
And he's given Mr. Gabe Owen the option to break.
Now that's, well, I guess that's perfectly acceptable. Would you like to turn that option over?
Man, I don't know. Oof. I think most of the time players choose to defer because they like to have the first offensive possible swing at it. Very popular break is hitting this ball with low outside, skimming the bottom ball,
And
going 4 rails, going the bottom 2 and then the diagonal 2, and kind of re-racking the ball. So 12 ball, ooh, he hit a little thick, chunked it. That 7 ball's coming way high.
But his cue ball is awesome. Look at his cue ball. His cue ball is awesome.
Right there on the bottom. Pardon my own personal sound effects.
It's on the rail. But there is, he'll be looking for an offensive shot. If he cuts the 7, which is a tough, that's a great cue ball. That is a great cue ball. And having the 7 ball by the side pocket, is there an opportunity for a shot? Yes. Is it a high percentage shot? No. And if he does execute it, he's going to go into the 12. And where does the cue ball go? The drink. So let's see how John handles this break. Wow, he could try to put it right where he's at again by coming off the 1, but that takes such a fine hit. And go by the 3, and they're so complicated.
The speed that you hit the 1 into the stack, it's not worth it. He's shooting a 12 ball.
For offense, he's calling the 12. So
like
pure, and you
got
got 2.
Baby.
You got both of them there.
And he's gonna be possibly the 7 ball on the side.
If he can't see it, he's got the 14. He's going to cut the 14, but.
And just for those of you who might not be as aware of straight pool rules, I believe since he pocketed 2 balls in 1 shot, he gets to keep the extra ball that he
correct.
made.
It's called the bonus. It's kind of like bonus ball, if some of you remember that. But just the name.
All right, there's John's going to get on the 14 ball what he was looking for. He wants to make sure he gets about the 50-yard line. Cue this ball with a little bit of low outside, the low creating drag off the 11 ball, and the left lengthening the angle the cue ball travels.
So basically what you said is he wants the cue ball right with the 14 parallel to the rail, the bottom rail. So he can go into the stack.
Oh, I lied.
He went in. Wow, he tried to go into the stack 2 rails.
Yeah,
that was awfully ambitious.
Shot. Yeah, that's a tough shot to do dragged out over the side of the table. A lot of it's cueing. Might have come up a little bit on that shot because his tip position did as well. If he stays lower and adds a little bit more draw to the ball, then it comes over further on the short rail.
Seven ball. He's focused on it.
All right, so now he's going to shoot the 1 ball in order to break out, which is already his breakout ball. So it's the stack kind of separates, and he doesn't really have an insurance ball. I mean, the 14 ball is, but you're going to probably see the 2 ball be his breakout ball.
You got to be careful. You could come off the top of that 15 and go right in the side pocket if he hits it that way. No, he hit it full and came all. Oh, he's going to come all the way back. But he's done a nice thing by putting the 14 ball in the jaws.
As predicted, the 2 ball is going to be your breakout ball more than likely.
Perfect. That's what I like, is the guy sitting here with a crystal ball. I like predictions.
So now he's going to play the combo. Perhaps rail first from the way he's cueing it.
Looks he's putting a lot of right low English on this ball. Oh, he's going rail first, like you just said. It's funny you said, but probably rail first by the way he's cueing, and I'm thinking, well, the combo goes this way. My mind's thinking away, and it heard what you said, but it didn't
Register.
Didn't register it. And I said, no, he's going to go rail first.
Well, and that's another sign of why a lot of people are there. You shoot so fast. I just analyze things quick.
Uh-huh.
Not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's quick.
Well, here's where it gets a little tricky. He's got to. It's funny. I just can't get used to guys shooting to the side pockets. I just try to do everything to the corners. It drives me crazy. And I keep saying that.
And again, you pay attention to both these players. They're both established professionals. The pre-shot routine here and the dynamic of the game. A lot of balls are going to be hit with less pace. It's just that 1 or 2 balls a rack where they hit them firm in order to get the breakout that they're looking for. And then the rest of it, the time they're just jockeying for position throughout the rack. Made sure he didn't bump his breakout ball.
Mm-hmm. Came down on it.
So being that he's a left-handed player now, he can play this ball with a little bit of inside and just go bottom rail and land on the long rail. But he's probably going to hit it soft with a little bit of inside, shoot the 11, the 6.
He just threw you off, didn't he? Yeah,
No, I knew he was going to shoot the 5.
Yeah, the 5 and then
Soft.
the 6. He'll probably shoot the 11 after the 6, then the 8 to the corner. Or might possibly shoot the 8 to the side. No, he shoot the 11-6. Kind of like what you just said. Nope. He's going down here first. He's got his choice which ball to shoot. But he'll probably shoot the 9 ball last. Before the 2, I meant the delay on the 2. I kind of missed. I didn't save that one. Oh, he came off a little too far for the 9. Now his angle takes him into the 2 ball.
Yeah, he's looking at drawing this to the long rail with low right. A little bit more aggressive, but he's got to be creative. Come up with a shot on this 2 ball.
Easy. So the first rack entirely goes to Mr. John Morra. Deferring the break paid off. Gabe broke him up. That's a difficult shot for most players. Most players, I'd say a lot of them missed that long shot. Froze the ball on the head rail, and John proceeded to pocket the ball and run 14 balls. Giving himself a good break shot on the 2 in order to continue his run. Speaking of continuing runs, John Schmidt just broke a 65-year standing record set by Willie Moscone in Monterey, California. Well, broke his record, and John is in Monterey, California at Easy Street Billiards, and he pocketed 626 balls in a little over 4 hours.
Yeah, that's some tremendous pool right there.
As Mitch pointed out, as Mitch pointed out, that's at a pace at about 20 seconds per ball. 44 racks and 10 balls. That's what that did in 4 hours. It takes me 6 hours to rack, or it takes me 4 hours to rack 44 racks. So, anyway, great kudos and hats off to John Schmidt to demolish that long-standing record set by Willie Mosconi in straight pool. That is one of the, that's just a great feat in the sport of pool, or in the game of pool.
You know, it's a great time to be living if you're a sports enthusiast, as far as a lot of tremendous things happening in our lifetime, George.
I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And he did this on a Brunswick table, I believe. Actually, it's a sponsors table, but it's a 9-foot table. Did it on a 9-foot table, I believe.
Yeah, wasn't Willie's always controversial because a lot of people said he did?
It wasn't controversial. They said he did it on an 8-foot table with 5.5-inch pockets.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big things about now. I know he was at Bull Shooters trying to break the record daily. He was there for like about 10 or 15, 20 days, something like that. I forget how long it was.
I think
he
it was
working
close
hard
to
at
a month, yeah.
Yeah, it's close to a month. But he was doing it on 5-inch pockets. They set up one of the Brunswicks with the 5-inch pocket. But that was a 9-foot table and a nice Brunswick. He worked hard at it. I mean, he was running hundreds and hundreds of balls. He got to 480, I believe, once.
490.
490. I know it was in that area. So John's got a 14-ball run off the first one, and now he's up to 7-11. He's got 4 balls with that one, so he's up to 18 balls so far. Maybe he'll just run 125 balls here.
$1.25 sounds good.
He's done it before. I think his established high run is higher than 125. John Morra actually plays left-handed now, after playing years right-handed. And if you watch him, his fundamentals, pre-shot routine, they're all just impeccable. Shooting this 3-ball. A little bit of an angle on the 1, but he'll probably shoot the 5. He's looking to open up some balls here. He doesn't have too much out in the open. They're all too close to the rack. He wants to spread them up a little bit.
He's going to force this rail off the rail into the stack. 10-ball, 12-ball being insurance balls.
Think he'll hit it that hard much?
Mm-hmm. Created a little bit, rearranging some furniture. Looks like the 14-8 does not go. I mean, you'd think it at a quick glance, but I don't believe it does. It's probably a half a ball length above the corner pocket in the low left. So let's see. 5-ball goes by the 10 as he shoots this stripe up into the corner to get position. Whether he decides to draw under it so his cue ball can draw into the stack. I like rolling above it. And again, that's my 1 pocket background speaking up.
Well, let me change you up and say something different here. I like, as I look at this rack here, he could shoot the 13, then the 5, then the 15, stop the ball if he gets straight in, trying to get straight on a 15, have the 10, which opens up the 6-9, but there's no break shot, so I'm figuring he wants to develop one somewhere.
Yeah, I'm thinking shoot the 5-ball. You roll forward, get high on the 5, and run into the 6-9. The 6 might glance the 8, the 14, or if you hit the 9 first, it pushes the 10 out. See, he moved a little too far. Mm-hmm. He's going to shoot the 10, though. Cut it in, run into the 12, 14, and make a little bit of progress here. Biggest part is making the 10-ball. A lot of it's natural because your cue ball is naturally going off the 10-ball in that direction.
Let's see. good way to develop a ball here, I think, is to draw this ball, catch the top of the 12, glance off the 14, and push that 15 ball into position. So this will have a little bit of pace on it. And there, he grabbed the wrong ball. He came up high and hit the 6 way out, a lot further than he wanted to hit it. But the 5 balls, he still has some work to do. He's not done developing the rack here. He'll come down and get on the 6 ball. Or is he just going to go ahead and, he's not going to elevate and shoot that 15 ball. No, that's a long way away playing straight pool. These guys get used to shooting these balls nice and short. That's pretty far away. Well, watch how steady he is. Watch his body. It does not move. Just the arms are moving. That's awful steady. Scary steady.
Yeah, as long as I've known him, about 15 years. Since Junior Nationals down in Tucson.
Yeah.
2004. His pre-shot routine, him and Bergman, they've been so good over the ball.
They were at Clicks at one time down there. I remember playing one of them.
Ooh, he missed that 6 ball, hit a little thick.
Well, you got 9 balls.
So 23 ball run.
23 ball run. And Gabe gets up thinking he was going to have a long sit. But up jumped the devil and the ball stayed up on top. Now Gabe gets to come to the table with what he might feel he still has to develop. But he might just choose that 5 ball to break him up with.
Yeah, if he could just get rid of all them balls and keep that cue ball right there, he'd be happy.
Can I just kind of put those down? And no. No. Work it. I like the way you work it. Gabe Owen, Wichita, Kansas. Out here in this neck of the woods, playing some pool. Gabe was stuck in Tucson for a while.
Oh, yeah?
For about a month. Him and a friend of his, their car broke down. I was just talking to him about it yesterday. This is way back in, gosh, in the early 2000s.
Probably 02 or 03.
Yeah, something like that. He remembers playing Wade or Tom.
So he
Several
might
guys.
shoot this 8 ball and bump the 9 into better position as a better breakout ball.
Yeah.
Use it as a stopper to get shape on the 6.
See if he develops it that way.
Nope.
No, he's just
My
gonna
bad.
shoot
He's
it.
going to rely on the
He's gonna
5
leave
ball.
on the 5. He's going to leave the 5 ball. Leaving the 5 and getting to it from the 6. So he wants to work his way off the bottom rail. Now, see, I like going 2 rails here forward. Getting to, you might just draw it. Some players like drawing this ball. Some players like going forward. He's going
We
forward.
lefties, we wouldn't have got this kind of position on
No,
the 6.
no, we wouldn't.
Our pattern play is null and void.
He went all the way up. Uh-oh.
All he's got to do is touch the rail. All right.
9-5 rack. So that's
23 to 5.
23 to 5. This summer we have some pool here in Las Vegas. It'll be nice and warm, and it'll be real hot at the Rio.
Oh, yeah.
BCA
I know I'm going to be
League.
working on my farmer's tan at the pool.
Are you? BCA Pool League World Championships, the USA Pool League National Championships, 17th through the 27th of July. And during that duration, there'll be a nice arena built in the Rio right along, similar to what was last year, but this will be with 9-foot tables. And they'll have the Diamond Las Vegas 9-ball open, $25,000 added with a 128-player limit. And that'll be the 17th through the 20th. That only has a $275 entry. Mitch, I might have to play you there.
Yeah, it sounds good, bud.
And then we have the Predator World 10-Ball Championships. First time an event like this, and this is CueSports International combined with Predator putting up $100,000. 64-player invitational. This is a World 10-Ball. The 22nd of July through the 26th. Then just 8 to 10 days later, we have in August 8th through the 10th. We're back here at Griff's, and it's the U.S. Open 10-Ball Championships, and then the 11th through the 13th. So 3 days of that, and 3 days of the U.S. Open 8-Ball Championships. Both 10,000 added, both at Griff's. It's hot for pool in July.
Absolutely.
It says, you guys are going to keep me busy. Don't you know I work for a living?
No, it's all right. I'll be at the Predator booth at the Rio, as I'm a sponsored player rep for Predator. Come by the booth, test out the cues, the break cues, the jump cues. Feel free, I'll give you a little tutorial on why I choose their equipment over most. And stop by and say hi. Some of their 1080 chalk.
Well, they're not only one of your sponsors, they're one of the sponsors right here for these U.S. Opens, all three of them. The U.S. Open Bank Pool, Straight Pool, and One Pocket still coming up this Thursday, along with Predator, along with Cyclop, JB Cases, Simonis Cloth, and Discount Custom Apparel. Jeff Helford threw us some cash there for the bank pool, and he'll be here for the One Pocket. He's actually entered in the tournament.
Sweet.
Meanwhile, Gabe is, I was going to say making quick work of this, but he's making deliberate work of this. He's in a little bit of a pickle here. He shoots that 4-ball. He's going to have to do some work for position. But I don't see him shooting anything else but the 4-ball.
No, he shoots a 13.
13 goes by the 4? Just follow this right back up to the area where he's at now. He went around, got on the 9. He wants an angle so he can open those up. He didn't get as much of an angle as he'd like. He's got a little tiny angle.
Yeah, it's tough playing that shot. I mean, you could have played it with just a hair
Smidge
inside
right.
or top,
Yeah, and
shoot the 13, then the 6, you get 3 more potatoes, and then you just roll over for position.
That's exactly what I thought. That's why I said he'll come right up for this instead of
so
going
it's all
around.
personal preference.
Around for that.
He made it work.
He made it work very well because now he just stops the cue ball there and he has a 3, 10.
Well, I mean, he might want to pay attention to where his cue ball is. If he stops right there and plays the 3 ball, the 10 bumps the 1, might block the 15. I think he'd draw back about a ball length, maybe 2, and play the 10 ball first, bump the 15, so the 1 ball is your perfect breakout ball. Nope. He's making a fool out of me. He's going to play the 12 ball and get high on it.
Yeah. Everybody does it different. He might just go right back to that same area right off of this shot. Come straight up off the rail. Just center English and come right up. Up towards the 6. Different ways of playing this. Oh, he's going to have to play the 6. I don't think he wanted to go that far. It'd have been nice to go that far. It didn't really hurt.
Or the,
but
or
it's
the
a nice
10 ball or
ball.
the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought he would play. Yeah, I think he was playing shape on those 2 balls. And he just happened to slide by the 6. Playing the 10 ball, he risks scratching off the 3. Is he going to play the combo? No, he's playing the 10 ball. But I think he's going to use inside English to make sure he avoids the 3. If he clips it, he could scratch. Nice shot.
So pattern from here is, yes, he's looking to shoot the 3, the 15 in the side, but does he get shape from there? Or does he shoot the 6 and draw back? Because once he stops, he'll be straight in on the 6, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's going to stop it there, play the 6.
If he's a little straighter or draws down to the right of the 3 ball, but in a straight line with the 15 ball, I like the 3 first.
Well, there's those angles to the side pocket that can get you in trouble.
Yeah, but this one he should only. Oh, he's looking at drawing it, shooting the 6 in the same pocket, so his cue ball's rolling for position forward toward the 1. All right, he got there, so now he's going to roll forward maybe a foot to make sure he has more than enough angle. Foot and a half. He just slid off it to the side. Kind of shrunk his angle. I think I would have went forward a little bit further.
Well, he got all 14 balls there.
It's a good answer back to Morra after he was sitting in his seat. So Morra was able to put up a 23 ball run, and Mr. Owen is working on 19 with a little bit of change.
19 at the table.
So we're probably going to see a pretty forceful shot.
Yeah, he's pretty straight, so if he wants to open him up. You know, I've seen this ball when some guys force it over. I've seen it skim off the rack and follow the ball right in the pocket.
I've been one of those people to do that.
And you have a tendency of trying to create the angle so you make sure you go into the stack. And sometimes miss the spot. But he sure didn't, and he hit it nice. He hit it real nice. He's got a shot off of it.
Now,
he's
what
got
do
a
you
nice
do?
shot
12
of
ball or
I'm
the
open
3?
The 3. I'm shooting the 3 ball.
Or the 6 hard with low right.
I'm shooting the 3 ball.
Oh, I know.
I don't know which shot I'm shooting, but I'm shooting that red one. The red 3. And not too forceful. Not too forceful. Just enough to open them up and bring the cue ball right to the middle of the table about where it is now.
Yeah, you don't want to send the ball to another
he's
area
gonna,
code.
He's going to take your shot. He's going to take the shot you called to come off the. He's going to come from behind.
Bink. And that shot's probably a little bit more accustomed to him because he has a one-pocket background. But I think George and I both agree the 3-ball was probably the shot. I was just making sure you guys saw options.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing, you want to look at options, all your options, and then play within your strengths.
Yeah, and the reason why is he had to send, so think of it about physics. He had to send the cue ball off of one ball weighing the same mass, as opposed to
He's got to spin his cue ball. He's actually massing it a little bit to make the 7.
sending the cue ball off an object ball, off a rail, and in a reverse position because it just hit the rail. So it lost momentum twice and changed direction, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit easier to guide just off of that one ball that weighs the 6 ounces as opposed to a rail that absorbs a lot of the hit.
Well, Gabe had to massé that ball just a hair, clipped it, over massayed it, and he came by clipping the 3 ball on top of the 4 and sending his cue ball to a uneasy position on the 8.
Well, the 8 goes, but the 4 actually goes too.
It does. I was looking at that, but
He's thinking whether he wants to force it in there and is he going to get a shot afterwards.
oh, I think he will. I think
He's shooting the 8.
he's shooting the 8 ball, so it doesn't matter what he might do with the 4.
Just slide over for the 12, 5, 9. Just touch the rail and come out.
And there he is. Gabe looking to shoot in this 9 ball. Coming straight back to get onto the 5 ball next and possibly the 10.
He might punch over and get on the deuce and go into the stack.
That's nice. That works. See, the way the stack's laying, I'd rather come at it from, well, actually, if I just, at that camera view I just saw right now, just glanced by, it might be tight to get to the 4 from the 11. That 11 ball that's almost on the spot would make it a little tight. So this is a better, much better option than waiting for that 4 ball, like I was thinking, or playing to the 4 ball. Maybe not so much now.
Yeah,
Not
it's
happy
not
with
so
this. No.
fortuitous with that shot
Not happy
selection,
with this.
or the execution, I should say. Maybe the 4-3 lined up.
Heck, even the bank on the 11 ball looks good. And I kid, but from what he has, it's not. It wouldn't be. He's playing the 4 ball
I think
past
he's
the
playing
3.
the combo.
I think he's playing the combo.
Yeah.
No, he's playing the 4
wow.
ball past the 3. Perfect. Now for the 14 or the 11
I'm just
ball.
going to mind my business over
No.
here and let my man GT take over.
No, I could. I just. That would be a tough combo.
No, I agree. I just didn't think he could hit that much of the 4 ball. I know he had to spin it, but
I just didn't. I wasn't sure from the angle that we see on the screen whether it went by the 3 ball or not. That was the tough part. Okay, Mr. Owen, where do we go from here? The 3 ball, elevate, and then have the 12-5 next.
yeah,
and
but
then the 14.
He wants to get that 14 out of there as soon as he can.
That's after the 5. He'll get his angle on the 5, or take the 5, 12, shoot the 15, and he's perfect on the 14. Just work your way to it by stopping the ball, getting your little angles. The problem with that, though, is you get just a little off in an angle, and now you have to work again and work again.
And
So
the reason why we're saying get to the 14, ladies and gentlemen that are tuned in, is so he cannot touch that 13 as much as possible. That is his designated breakout ball, as you've been paying attention.
he got to the 14.
So he got on it the way he wanted to. Close to his work, necessary angle, not going into the 13. He can draw off it, shoot the 11 in the side, or draw all the way to the rail, shoot the 12 up table in the corner.
Up and over.
So probably lag the 12 ball to the corner, leaving him position on both the 15 and the 11 in the side, whichever one he gets better on.
I think the 11 is probably his last shot, and he'll probably nope, no, it's not. It's going to be a shot now. Nope, it's going to be the 15. He's going to stun it up, then shoot the 10, and then the 11. Straight pool.
He's going uptown.
Yeah, he's just going to go forward just a hair. He might come back and try to shoot the 11 ball next on the side.
So now when you stop or roll forward a little to go 2 rails to get shape on the 13.
He'd like to have the cue ball very close to where the 11 ball is now.
As he said. So hit it with top right, go 2 rails.
And if you get just right of center, parallel to the rail or to that line on the spot.
Yeah, he pretty much wants to be inches to the right of his bridge hand at the moment.
He got perfect.
Yeah.
He got perfect. Well, he might want a little more.
Nah.
He's good there?
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Close enough for government work. And we're looking at.
So Morra put up 23, and this gentleman is at 33.
38.
Oh, excuse me, 38.
The
Math wasn't my strong suit.
The run is anyway.
All right.
Look at this. This is textbook straight pool. This break shot is just textbook.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet right there.
That is. He's got a choice of 1, 2 shots, 3 shots actually. If the 10 goes by the 3, he's got a choice of 3 shots, 4 shots if you want to include the 9. But I think he shoots the 3 or the 10 before he would shoot the 9. He's going to take the easy one here, and he's going to take the duck first, and then look to see what's over there. Somewhere along the line, he'll get to the middle of the table and either play or save the deuce to open up the balls. He's going to be playing a combo. This is like the 3rd or 4th combo I've seen him play. I watched him in the opening match. He played a couple of combos back to back.
That's the one pocket background. He's not afraid of balls being close together.
Yeah, when they're that close, they're, you know. But combos like bank, even when they look real dead, they can be missed.
Now I'm curious. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. With this 7 ball, he might go into the stack from here.
He could. He could also, if he's going to save the 2 ball for a break shot, and I don't know if it's a little early to start thinking about that, but a lot of guys pick it out like right after they break them up. So, yeah, you're right. He went right into it, and I think he is going to save that 2 ball for the break shot. Now the 9
or the 12.
or the 12. Oh yeah,
12 is a little
good.
bit lower, so it hits a little bit meatier part of the rack.
So he comes up off the 9 if he shoots that next. Does the 4 ball go by the 15 there in the side?
No, it'll go in the corner.
Then he doesn't want to shoot that in the corner.
He could shoot the 1 right now and bump it in. Oh.
4 ball goes on the side.
Wow, my bad.
It's okay. We can't tell from over here. I just look at the shots.
Daggone it. You're just going to pick apart that little cluster right
that's
there.
Exactly.
The 1, maybe bump the 15, maybe not. Shoot it up in the corner. If not, spin the 14 in. If you don't like any of it, play the 9 ball.
Classic straight pool. Play the 2. I mean, he's going to play the 1. But he's going to have to bump something here. Or drop. If he can't draw back because he moves the 2, he's in a little bit of a pickle, actually.
Yeah, he could stop it, make the 9.
Yeah. But I think he can actually have enough angle to just kind of ease into the 15 a little bit and shoot the 14 next.
That's probably the best shot.
It looks like you guys just enough to get there. So it's almost like a little stun to the right of the 1. Right into the 15.
Oh,
Nope.
He bumped the deuce.
He bumped the deuce. But he didn't
Now
hurt
you
it.
shoot it 2 in the corner. He's really just trying to get to that 14 ball. He could shoot the 2 in the corner, roll forward, and get on it. But now he might play the 9. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to bump the 12 if he shot it with draw. He's shooting it inside, coming out the 8 in the stripe. Yeah. Now he might shoot the 14. And the only reason I say that, so the 15, the 15 opens up. Goes to either corner pocket, whether he shoots the deuce to get shape on it. But as Warren demonstrated earlier, I don't know a whole lot of what's going on.
Well, keep in mind, I don't think Warren plays that much straight pool either. Wow.
Well, neither do we in the booth.
No. No, we don't. He's standing like he's going to play the deuce. Well, now the 12 ball is a break shot. That's a little steeper than he wants to be. Will he look over to the left to see if there's a better shot there? But like you say before, Mitch, be the professional that you are and take the shot. Even if it's a little harder than something else on the table. He didn't flirt with the side pocket at all. So he gave up his position for, a shorter shot to avoid the side pocket.
Yeah, so he's going to look, shoot the 5 ball, draw off the rail, get shape on the 15 so he doesn't have to. Then he's perfect and it's natural to get on the 14. Exactamundo. And so he's walking over the point of view of the 14 ball from the 15 ball standpoint.
He's just checking things out, making sure everything's still there. And it's going to be there when he gets there. And he got there.
His face, though, he might bump the 12 a hair, which isn't a terrible thing.
Well, if he draws this straight back, he's going to have to come back a little further than he wants to.
This is going to be a quick little punch. Yeah, he wanted to avoid the 12. He's really liking where the 12's at for his breakout.
He's going to have to do it again.
Well, he can roll forward and shoot the 10 all the way up, but that makes a little bit more work for your cue ball. Yeah, he's going with George's option. Draw it back, a little bit of angle. Underhit it.
Too much angle.
Now, this is a tester on either shot. You take away your break ball, that's ideal, or I don't even think he would bank this 10 ball.
No.
I'm pretty sure he's going to commit to cutting it. It's just his cue ball from here. So he's going to hit it with top, maybe a hair right. So the cue ball climbs away from the 10 ball, along with the natural angle of the cut. Go 1, 2 rails, ideal spot, center table. So not only is it, I don't know if I'd have gone that many times.
Yes. Whoa, and he's perfect.
Yeah, I would have gone just twice, but it's not me shooting the shot. The only reason I say that is if you go to the 3rd rail, now you're having to travel about a foot to 2 feet past the extreme back cut zone, rather is just kind of float into it. And that's just my preference, I guess. But he did have the hair right, so his cue ball would climb higher so he can reach it, so it's center table. And he stands about 6'3", 6'4", so it's pretty easy for him to get on a lot of
center
balls.
table, and he missed it by less than an inch.
Yep.
And actually, he wouldn't mind if it was like an inch over to the left. Or is that more angle than you want?
No, I think this is pretty ideal.
Yeah.
Now it's just whether how much draw he hits it with. I don't see him hitting it with top again because of that tendency to scratch off the rack.
Slide forward. He's going a little bit of draw.
Slide
Not
it
too,
and
not
punch.
Too much. Just a smidge.
See, any more draw, he ends all the way up top of the
sure.
table.
And he's up to a 47 ball run.
Yeah, he hasn't missed yet. Morra's probably over there feeling the heat a little bit, as we all do. Well, if he doesn't feel like stretching for the 13, he can shoot the 7 in the side. But I think he shoots the 13 to shoot the 11 or the 15 afterwards.
Keep in mind, we are sponsored. These tournaments are sponsored by Cyclop balls. They are using the Cyclop Hyperion balls. The new cue ball has dots and little rectangles on it, little red ones on there. JB cases, Simonis cloth, Predator cues, gloves, cases. What else? They chalk.
All right, so.
And discount custom apparel. Keep our sponsors in mind. Go to their websites. Give them a like. Give them a thank you. Give them a look over their products.
Give them your credit card.
Yeah, give them your credit card. That's a good one, Mitch. I like that. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's threading the needle right there. That was pretty nice.
Think he'll try to thread the needle again on the 8 here?
I don't know. He's looking at that 14 ball because his insurance is the 5, so he might just create a little bit of an angle and punch off the rail so he can cue the 14 ball and break out the 9-4.
Kind of like that. Punch off the rail, you mean? Yeah. Did it real well.
And actually, he might not even need to break him out. He shoot the 14, draw back, shoot the 7, the 10, then the 4, and just pick apart the rack and not really rearrange any furniture.
Break shot, 1 ball?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a yes on that. See,
or will he
7
develop
ball.
something later? I think
I like the 10, but I think the 10's better to get him on the 4. See, and he let the cue ball run up a little bit so he can reach it with ease. So now, instead of bumping, and this is what we mean by shot selection being so thorough. You're seeing that Gabe's really taken control of this match by being a little bit more cautious with his cue ball. We didn't see Ian Costello last set, and I'm not bashing when I say that. I'm just pointing out some differences and where they pay off.
Yeah, that's probably what cost him the match.
Yeah, being 100% when you pull that trigger.
I want to thank all you streamers out there, all you viewers, for tuning into CueSports International's presentation, putting up with my voice. This is
You're
the
not
fourth.
that
This is the
bad.
fourth day.
You're
and,
not that
Luckily, we have
bad.
Mitch come in and pick things up a little bit. 3-ball or the 1-ball? Well, the 1-ball is his break shot, so not the 1-ball. 9-ball or the 3-ball. Does he just run up to?
He might get high enough to get on the 8.
I was just thinking. I was going to say, does he run up to the 8? And he does, because going from the 3 to the 8 can be tricky.
Yeah,
And so
see,
this is nicer.
you notice this. A lot of straight pool, like they don't shoot too many balls up high, from what I'm gathering. He's going to stay behind this 3-ball in that negative angle, or pop it out a little bit more and just use inside. He popped it out a little bit more. He'll probably use inside instead of opening it, but I've been fooled before.
Yeah, just go with straight English, straight high, follow, and then get to the middle of the table. A little bit to the left of the 1.
Yeah,
Just
he
like
hit that
that,
ball
yeah.
well.
Yep, and that's another rack for Mr. Owen. Now we're at 61-23.
Yeah, he's putting on a display right here.
Yes, he is. This is the highest run we've seen on the stream table.
Well, he's tied with Warren. Warren put up a 61, right?
I didn't keep the sheet.
But this will be a 60-second ball, so.
Yeah.
And for those of you who aren't seeing, he's taking a quick second in between after he's done racking. He grabs the towel, cleans up his hands, takes a sip of water, puts a little bit of powder on. So this is all part of the pre-shot routine, and that's why I'm just trying to keep you up to date. You know, there's a lot that goes into it, especially, you know, you're giving your head a minute to take a break, you know, decompress a little bit and then get back to work.
Mitch is trying to tell me where all my faults lie.
Hey, I have them too, buddy. And he is not happy with the way that came out.
No, that
They
ball,
stayed clumped together a little bit.
that corner ball came out, hit the rail, came right back again, that 5-ball. And
That's unfortunate because we might see
now
this streak come to an end.
I think
He's looking.
I think
He
that
wants
ball
to keep
moves.
it going. He's going to feather this 15 with a hair of right. No, he's calling the 11 right away.
He might draw that ball into the 15 so that he has a shot. No, he's not. He's
gonna
following
go
the
down
ball.
and into
He's
the
going down
stack.
and into the stack.
Wow. Now he definitely got no love.
Well, we've already seen how adept John is at shooting those long shots if he plays a safety. Might cross this 15 and leave the cue ball in the middle of the table behind the stack for a safety. Taking his time. Yeah.
Making sure he held his man.
Yes.
Tell you what, with 1 inning, he is half the way there with a 62-ball run.
63 ball. Run.
63, excuse me. Staying
That's okay. I
corrected
just
by
didn't
my
wanna-
colleague.
Didn't I'm the one with the score sheet. It's one of the things I hate to do is correct somebody. I'm not a corrections officer, nor a school teacher for that matter. I just wish I could say I've schooled you enough times, but I haven't, so.
Oh, you have, sir.
John's looking at it. This is important. Is he looking at that 12 ball, see if it goes?
Yeah, I don't think it does
Yeah,
off the
I think
deuce.
it's high. Yeah, I think
as
it's
far
high
as
off the deuce.
wired balls in the stack.
Oh, I don't know. That
He
doesn't
might
look
do
so
it
bad.
as more particular as a two-way shot. Freeze him to the stack, loosen a couple balls up, and seeing if he has a real hazardous chance at selling out. Because John's being, see, he's skimming the 9,
Yeah.
putting it a little back, and then play
Coming
the cue
right
ball
back.
back by this corner pocket.
Coming right back over to where he's at.
See, and he made sure not to loosen anything up in the top part of the rack, because then Gabe could shoot it in the side.
Nice cue ball. He's got to go off the 9. It's the only opportunity, the only shot he has. He goes off the deuce, and he's going straight to the corner pocket.
Nah, he can hit.
He can
ball
hit it
length,
and stay away?
Ball length, yeah, that's what he's looking at. Ball length above the pocket. It's just all cue ball. Nope, taking George's shot.
I like going off the 9 and coming right back where it's at now. A little bit of right-hand English. It's easier to execute, too. It's easier to put the cue on the ball.
Well,
the tip of
notice
the ball.
he's shooting this shot right-handed,
Well,
which is the original hand he learned to play with. Hit it a little firm.
Actually, he's probably better off there than he would be to the left of the first diamond from the corner pocket, because he would have given up an easier shot on the 12. Now, if he cuts this into the side, he has to contend with the corner pocket up on the right, and it won't go in the corner straight diagonally. So exactly what does Mr. Owen do? I asked the pro sitting next to me.
He's gonna cut this ball, or just he was looking to jack up, maybe draw into the stack. I personally, I'm firing that ball on the side, but I love side pockets. See, he's looking at where he wants to draw to in the stack. He might call it straight back, play a two-way.
I thought he might bank it. The possibility existed of banking the ball.
He's cueing it to jack up, play the two-way. And sold out the 15. Just depends on how comfortable John feels shooting it. You know, part of us is, you know, we always want the guy to shoot it. We just don't want him to make it.
That's very truer words are never spoken.
Not to be Captain Obvious, but. So they're having a rules discussion on the side and just getting confirmation from Mr. Lehman about the technicalities of possible 3-foul. 3-foul during the game, I believe they're coming to as a certain loss of balls.
Yes. You foul the first time, you spot it. You lose the ball. You foul the second time, you lose the ball. You foul the third time, you lose the ball for the scratch, and a 15-ball additional penalty.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
And I actually need a little bit clarification. Oh,
And John goes ahead to take a foul. So we'll have to deduct one off his score. And Gabriel is returning the foul, so they both each taken a foul.
That's John's first foul.
It was both of them at foul. John was first to foul. Ooh, so Gabe already quickly cross corner, no problem. And the 14-2, 13-8-5 might be wired. That 5 ball might be wired depending on how he comes at it. Ooh, and he just come in short. Oh. All right, 15 in the side. Bump the stack, and Morra's back to the table and off and running. He looks a little perplexed because some of them regroup, but I mean, 8-5 still goes, I believe. All right, he went back into those balls, got a little separation. Tied up to 8-10, but they both go to the opposing corner pocket once the 9 and the 5 are made. So he's going to play the 6 ball on the side.
Such finesse on that shot. Nice, smooth, slow backswing, slow delivery. Reminiscent of Roberto Gomez's stroke. Spinning down.
Ooh.
Nice little nudge.
Oh, the 8 ball could be his breakout ball.
But he has to work the 5 and the 9 and move the 10 ball out of the way so he can take care of that.
Yeah, so come under, shoot the 12, go 3 rails. Oh, I would go 3 rails. Man, he hit that ball really, really well. perhaps shoot the 3 ball if he can reach. He's getting his extension. That's how much he wants to shoot the ball. He knows he can come into the 10-8. Maybe open it up a little bit. Shoot it with a hair of left to make sure he hits the 10.
How would you feel about shooting that 13 first?
You know, I looked at it. I think, yeah, I would feel better than being stretched out, extension, trying to float into a spot. But again, these are all what
they do.
As players we feel comfortable with. See, he was adamant about getting that 8-10 separated. So now his insurance ball's the 9. The reason I say the 9 is so he can put his bridge hand down comfortably on the table and really execute at a highest percentage of success, and that's what you'll see everybody do. Some people think it's a problem shooting over a ball. Some people perfect it to where it's not. You know, it's all about what your mind is. If you let it become a problem, then guess what? It's going to be one.
Didn't used to be, and but I've since I've been doing commentary, it has become one for me, because I see I see the difficulties other players have with it.
Yeah.
And so.
But it wasn't even so much yours. You just see that, oh crap! If it's hard for them, then it might be hard for me.
Exactly, and that's what made
yeah,
it
no,
hard
we
for me.
all fall accustomed to it. Like the one thing that puts me on tilt is people being disrespectful or claim they have a love for pool, but they just want to talk there and be rude, and they don't realize, you know, I'm trying to focus here.
Oh yeah, when just you're playing and they just come over to visit.
Yeah.
Do you mind? I'm working.
Yeah, but it's all right. You got to roll with the punches.
Is he going forward here? Or just coming straight back? Straight over.
7 ball next, or maybe the 5 ball. 5 ball straight in. Clean transfer of energy. Just stop your rock. Get shape on the 7.
I just saw his head come up just a little as he pulled the stroke back. Oh, first time I've seen him move.
Now, as we roll forward, get on the 8.
A little too far.
Well, I don't know if the 8 goes by the 10. It might, but he's looking.
Looks like it does. He's going to try to hold it for the 10.
No, it just looked like he's going to spin down the right and shoot the 8 in the side where he's standing. That's what I got off of that.
Okay.
Yeah, he was using the angle. So now he can roll forward because there's a hair behind it, which means the cue ball naturally go up towards the center of the table, and he's looking to see if he can reach. And again, me personally, I would just drift upward about a foot towards the side pocket. He's stopping right there. So we're going to get some confirmation with the scores and whatnot, make sure we're all on point together along with the players. So if you guys forgive us for a moment.
Yeah, I think mine's.
So judging from the debris we're picking up off their microphone, it looks like Morra's at 34.
62. That's right. I was right to begin with.
So he's a little bit unfortunate with his cue ball. And is behind both these balls with extreme cuts. But I think he's taking the route that has the least amount of consequence. By that I mean he might be able to miss the stack. Uh-oh.
Oh, my.
Oof. Living on the edge.
Literally. Is he inside that corner to shoot the 2? Can't tell. Don't think so. I don't know. He got down to shoot and then stood up pretty quick. No, he's okay. Did we cover the events for the summertime?
You a little under the weather?
No.
Oh.
It's
It's
hot
cold
in
in
Vegas.
here.
It's
cold,
hot in Vegas.
but it's cold in this pool room.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
They've actually fixed the air conditioning. And so when we get the big crowds for the finals, it won't be hot. Five ball in the corner. Nope.
Ooh.
Those are the kinds of shots that usually there's movement in. I didn't really see any movement in his body, but it didn't look as smooth as all the other deliveries. So.
Yeah, his backswing acceleration through looked a little.
Yeah, it did. It looked a little like something was not quite there. Hesitant, tentative, I'm not sure which. He made 3 balls. So if Gabe runs out here, it's an 11-3 rack. And they're into the 8th rack. They're an hour and 13 minutes into the game, and they're, well, Gabe is halfway there, thanks to a 63-ball run. Then he scratched, and he's down to 62.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, that wasn't an error on his part. That was a deliberate scratch. There is a difference. He took an intentional scratch to leave John snookered in the rack. Well, I think he's either going to cut the 7 in the side, slide into the stack, use the 3 as insurance, or hit the 1 and come backwards into the stack.
With no insurance. He likes that 7 ball. He wants to hit that 14 ball. It's almost in the middle of the, he hit it perfect too. Wow, nice shot. Now he'll look around and figure out his pattern to get rid of the balls, trying to save that ball right next to the 9, between the 9 and the 12, I think is the 13 as the break ball for his next rack. You know, watching straight pool, if you're really into pool, you're at the table the whole time, you're focused the whole time, you can get into a nice rhythm once you plan out your strategies, your patterns.
So let's see here. Does he shoot the 9 or the 13 and bump the 12-4? Because the 9 ball would end up being his breakout ball. I'm assuming. No, he's shooting the 12, leaving the 13 for his breakout ball. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Oh, he's going to be in trouble here, unless he can make that 3 ball down to the corner.
It's like Clint Eastwood and Heartbreak Ridge. We improvise.
I missed that one. I can't think of the movie.
Oh, great flick. That's a good shot right there. If he was a little off the rail, I think he'd shoot the 9 ball, so it opens up that 13. But I think he's going to have to shoot the 1. Unless he feels like rolling forward to the bottom rail and up for the 4. Shoot the 4 up table.
It's funny, he'd like to shoot the 1 now, but he's got to shoot the 9, and he's pretty straight in on it and up against the rail, so he's going to shoot the 13. So he's improvising, just like you said.
Yeah, he's going to take his medicine and leave the 9 ball as his breakout ball.
Give himself quite an angle here, or will he go forward 2 rails to get to the side pocket and get to the 4? And he's going to shoot the 4. Okay. Around the world in 80 days.
Yeah, hit this ball with a little bit of running English, so it goes with the natural angle of the hairline cut on the 1 ball. Hair of right. Cue ball strike, middle diamond on the long rail and about center table. Underhit it a little.
Not hard enough.
Man.
That's trouble.
As you could see him throwing his hand up, he's in disbelief.
You had 3. For 11-3.
off the 11, comes straight up to about where he's at now.
He might actually just lay this ball with like a kill hit. Play it a little bit of center, maybe a hair English, and just lay into that one ball. And even if you take a foul, just lightly loosen it up, but really not give up anything. Actually, yeah, he's going to play your shot. Yeah, I don't know about that cue ball.
Yeah, that 8-ball cuts.
Little suspect. And Mr. Owen is only 57 balls away from, or 52, excuse me. I can't do math.
It's okay. Close enough.
Wasn't my
for
strong
government
subject.
work. It's probably within the same rack. It's a well thought out shot.
So now, like George said before, skim the deuce, bottom of the rail, come back up into the stack.
Right. Kind of the same thing Gabe was trying to do, just didn't get back up. Right up against him, right there, just like that. That makes it nice. Nice and tight. Good and tight.
There he is shooting it right-handed again.
So when he's up over a ball like that, elevated, he'd rather do it right-handed than left-handed. He hit that, so he's giving
Speed's
him
a little
shot.
off, yeah. A little out of practice with the righty.
I think he hit that thinner he wanted to, because that ball just was so feathered. If it was even less than feathered, but it made contact. Now, question here is just how aggressive does Gabe get? Does he go to the corner, play shape for the 8 to break him up?
I think he plays it to the side with
like
a bunch
the
of
side.
right-hand
I like-
spin.
I like the side natural, and before I would shoot it, I would really look at the 14 to see if it's dead off the deuce.
All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Mm-hmm. Go on, take a look at it. It'd be well worth it, because if it's dead, just pocket the 9 and then just open up the stack. But you have to be pretty brave to shoot those shots. They do carry a penalty. If it doesn't go, if you read it wrong, ouch. He showed us this shot several times before. As he's trying to get all the way, he was trying to develop the 8-ball for a break shot. You know, even if that 14 ball's dead, some guys won't shoot it. They just won't take that risk.
Oh,
That was nice. He
He
got
got
there.
traction.
He got there.
He squeaked out enough
Oh,
to
and he's-
really make an impact now.
And he's got a shot here.
And he's got a
Back up to it.
insurance ball.
Well, depends how hard he hits it. It could just come right. Well, he should have a shot here. He's going to hit this hard. He'll hit the 5, 7, and slide right around. Just like that. And the one ball went too far. He doesn't have a shot. Unless the 14
Well, you
goes
shoot the
by the
1,
10.
the 14 goes.
He had a shot like this earlier, didn't he? And he missed. Was it John that missed the 3 ball?
No, that was Kiemko last set.
Oh, that was last set. I'm sorry. They were coming together, folks.
That, and if you want to get cute, you could probably cut the 5-10.
Got the 5-10.
There's enough distance between the 7 and the 5 where it can hit the contact point on the combo.
That'll work then.
But I still think he's going to shoot the 14. Come around for the 15 or the 1. Shoot the 1, then get shape for the 15 to go back in the stack.
I just wasn't sure it would go by the 10.
Wow, he's really
Struggling with speed now.
Yeah, he hit that ball a little firm.
He's hit 2 shots a little slow. So he got that one a little firm. These long shots here, after you've been shooting so many short, I guess, less distance shots,
Yeah.
kind of test your nerves just a little bit. Not his.
All right, so I don't think the 4 goes, but the 7's his shot. I don't see him shooting the 1 from there. Shoot the 7, bump the 5. The 5 might bump the 10. If not, you just hit it soft and get shape on the 5. Or you can shoot it with draw off the 5. And I think if you hit too much of the 5, it will manipulate the 3 ball and what seems to be the 12 ball. Shoot this with low, hair right. Almost missed it. He was fortunate. 13 in the side. I wonder which one of those you're shooting. I highly doubt he shoots the 6, only because the obstruction of the 10-4 making him elevate his cue.
He'll shoot the orange one.
Yep, 13 in the side. Maybe the corner. Yeah, if you shoot it in the corner, cue ball rolls forward, breaks open the 3. No, he's shooting in the side. And this is going back to what George was saying about the shorter distance shots. They're really comfortable. Very hesitant to shoot longer shots. Now you're going to have to.
Either that or cut the 6 on the side. Give up the rack either way. So I think the more productive shot is the 6 on the side, which opens everything up and you stay close. And you're closer to your object ball.
He's taking your advice. You got a mic in his ear?
He's looking around. He still hasn't decided.
Called
He
the
said
1
one
ball.
ball. Yeah, I thought I heard him say 1 ball. And so he'll have to go back and forth on this. So he's going to hit it with a little pace. Against the rail, he doesn't want to do that. That's the last place he wanted to be. Is against the rail. A foot off the rail, 4 inches, 5 inches off the rail, but not right there. And not much of an angle to get on the 6.
Yeah, this one you have to punch hair of right.
Come back to where you're at.
That right will, because it is a light cut, see the right bring them over a little bit. You kind of underhit that one.
Bounce.
Yeah, he's definitely not trying to be on the rail every shot.
Might he consider cutting the
11.
11 ball on the side there?
I don't see him
That's
doing
a steep
that.
cut. That's a
Yeah.
very, very steep cut. But I'm thinking because he might possibly hit the 10 ball coming by it. I don't think he does. By looking at the screen here, I don't think the angle is there to hit the blue 10 there. But he's gonna try to move over to it. Looks like he's trying to English his way over. He went to the other side.
Well, now he can play the 12 ball. Just because I think the 3 might be close enough, I think the 12 goes past the 10. The 3 doesn't go past the 12. But that is strictly an assumption from here in the booth.
Correct. This is tough to see from here.
I think he called the 12 ball.
In which case, he'll come close to making the 11. Not sure that he breaks the balls up, though. Yeah, from this angle, it looks like the 12 does go. From the other angle, I didn't think it went past the 4.
That was a fortuitous roll right there.
Did he get to the top of the 11? That might have been planned. He might have put a little stuff on it to get to the top of the 11.
Yeah, but here it's kind of rough because if the 11 was a little lower, then it's a no-brainer. He could pump the 4-10. But now it doesn't seem that way, so he might have to shoot the 3 ball and get shape for the 11.
Yeah, because if he shoots this 11 ball, he's going into the 3. He might catch a piece of the 4. I don't think he does he much?
I don't think so, unless he hits it real soft.
Yeah.
Or real hard. Soft just because I think it stays on the ball longer. Okay, so he might drift up and shoot the 3 and plan on bumping them.
Not up enough. Again.
Yeah, speed's giving him a little bit of trouble. But he's not missing. I mean, he's going to be close to 90 balls by the end of the rack.
So, what do you think? Think about following this ball and trying to come back over and bumping the 2, opening them up.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at. He's looking
to see if he has a shot. If he comes
can
over there.
slow roll it and make in contact with enough of the 4 ball to make it. But then I think the 10 goes back in the rack.
He doesn't have a shot on the 4, I don't think. I thought he might try to
put a little bit of stuff on it.
That's what I thought he might try to do.
Now he's looking to see if he can throw it that much and make it, but I think he's a little disappointed. Yep.
That's a lot. Although the cloth is still fairly new.
Yeah, I don't think he can throw it that much because it's aimed at the half a diamond. If it was aimed a ball length outside, I think he could throw it the ball length.
Yeah, anything more than a ball length right there, or 2 inches above the pocket, is asking a little.
So what do you think of this? Skim the 4 ball. The 4 ball naturally goes down table with a lot of left. Play the 10 just hard enough to come off the long rail. Put both balls on the bottom rail and the cue ball as far up table as you can.
I think it's an option. And a good one because I don't see too many.
Or you can be super aggressive. Throw it to that ball length you do. Call it 3 rails in the side. Totally kidding,
super
folks.
Aggressive or super irresponsible?
I mean, as far as we're talking reckless, I mean, you could back cut the right side of the 4, play it in the top corner off the 10.
Let's see what he does. He's going for the throw. He threw for the one railer. Look at this. He got there.
But he ends up doing what I first suggested out of a little bit of TLC. Excuse the cough. I'm only mildly under the weather trying to get my colleagues sick.
I'll beat him
I'm
with the
kidding.
baseball
I'm
bat.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Did you break these, John?
Did I break?
Is this off my break?
No, we had a safety battle. It was your break.
Yeah, you made the ball, Gabe.
All 13 balls are yours, Gabe. John needs to make this one ball to go at 13-1 rack.
Now in bank pool, we already know he's shooting the 4-ball straight back, but this isn't the case.
Looks like he's winding up to cut the 4-ball in.
Wow.
Yellow.
Nothing has to spot
I
though,
don't
right?
think so. Sure, I don't know. Nothing spots, does it?
No, ball wasn't pocketed. A ball doesn't spot.
You don't spot a ball, he just takes one off his point, right?
Correct.
Just take one off your score.
He's behind the line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, behind the line.
Now, Mitch, would you go ahead and just shoot this 10 ball and go up and down?
Yes, I would.
I would too. I think that's the right shot.
That's the southpaw in me.
Yeah, that's the southpaw, and that's a gopher in you. Says one left-hander to the other.
So right now, with this rack, Gabe should close it out. That puts him at an even $100 bill.
Now this puts him at 87.
Oh, did they already concluded 13 to this run? Wow. Oh, got a little love.
Yeah, but it also picked up speed, it looked like.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, sir.
Man, he hit that ball really good. He can get on the one. Man, getting closer to the finish line.
Gabe Owen making his comeback here. He hasn't been out playing, especially out west he hasn't. Not that I've seen. Multiple Texas Open champion. U.S.
Former
Open champion.
U.S. Open 9-ball champion, U.S.
Yep.
Open 1-pocket champion.
Yep. Derby City? No.
I
don't think so.
A
Couple of second place, I think.
No, I think his banner, his face is on a banner at Derby. I want to say at least once, like the same year he won
Derby
the U.S.
City,
Open 1-pocket.
2008.
Yeah.
1-pocket division. Master of the table. He was second place, Master of the Table, 2008.
Dangerous man.
US
All right. Oh, cue ball.
U.S.
Not
Bar Table
happy. He sees
Championship.
it going to the corner, and
Second.
he's bobbing and weaving. He's running good.
He had a big tar event with Tony Chohan in 2008 too for 20 grand.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, it was.
I haven't seen him in 5 or 6 years,
Yeah, no,
so he's
he
kind of
has.
getting back into the
He's
swing
been
of
elected.
things. Maybe I'm a little crazy. Maybe I overlooked him at the Derby or whatnot, but at least it's felt like that long to me.
Now his tournament earnings that I looked up were a little light in the last couple of years, last few years.
Yeah, well, now, knowing that I'm better informed this rack, if he should close out this rack, it'll put him over the 100 mark. Should he get all 14, put him at the score of 101 and be within striking distance of that 125. And Morra opened the rack.
No, Gabe did.
Morra opened the game, the set, right? With a little 22 or 30 ball run.
Yes, he had a 23 ball run to begin with.
And then Gabe hit him with the 63.
Yep. 4, 7, 9.
And Gabe's just really taking control of this, whether it be safety, ball pocketing. I mean, obviously because of the score, but and it's good. You see players staying composed as well. You know, they show that little or
You haven't seen any of that.
the flared face. Yeah.
Little tiny bit, just a little.
Like right
grimace,
now.
A little grimace. Well, that's just.
This might actually work out perfect. That
You got it.
combo,
That
and you
combo.
can hit it with inside and go right into that stack.
You would hit this hard. You go into the stack.
You're
I would pocket the ball and get under the 13. Use the 5 to open up the stack, or even take a look at
Yeah,
that 15.
I'm
single
going into
combo.
the stack. Maybe it's the one pocket in me, but I'm going into the stack.
See, I don't trust combos enough, and yes, you did.
Feathered the 6 open,
And playing the 6 next year.
or the 14, going to the stack again. Might shoot that.
I'm not sure I like
Oh,
that.
the
as
one
much.
pocket in you. Come on, George, you're shooting
No,
it.
He's going for it. He likes it.
See, that's what I'm talking
Paid off.
about.
Paid off.
And enough distance between the 12-5. The 12 goes, 5 balls breakout ball, or the 2 ball, or the 15 ball. Should you want to go with a side pocket play?
I like the 2 ball.
I'd
I'm
say-
gonna try to save the 2 ball here.
Gabe's looking to finish strong, man. He's really played some good pool throughout this whole set.
Yes, he has.
A lot of it was that breakout shot on that 4 ball, the bottom of the rack, last rack, oof, when he almost scratched. Or maybe that was this rack. Really got through it well.
That was this rack. Where he left the ball right
Yeah,
in the jaws
so
and
I
rolled
mean,
off, not the scratch.
Hasn't been easy.
Does not want to touch the 2 ball. No chance of that shooting it that way.
So what do you think? 6 ball, the last ball he shoots?
Yes.
Get shape on the 2?
And the 6, the 8 ball gets him there too. But I don't like going from the 6 to the 8, so I like 6 ball last.
So just kind of roll forward and go under the two rails.
I just stop make the 8, leave it there, follow the 13 up for the 6.
That's
and
what I
then-
mean
yeah.
with the 13. You
Okay,
go 2
right.
rail. Do you go under the deuce or 1 rail at it?
I'd rather go under the deuce and use the side rail.
Yeah,
to come
come
off
in
of
from the
it.
negative side. Yeah. But what do we
Yeah.
know?
Oh, he's gotten pretty straight here.
He might shoot the 6 now.
You know, considering that it's hard to go from the 13 to the 2, No, he'll shoot the 13 first, I think. But he doesn't like a shape on his 6. Can he follow that 2 rails?
He might be able to, but it's doing too much.
He's looking at it. But he wants the closer shot. He says, okay, I can move my cue ball around to get where I need to get for the 6 ball. Now here the question is, does he hit it soft or does he go back and forth?
Judging from how he went back and forth before, I'm going to say he's going back and forth.
I think he goes soft, puts a little bit of right low on it, and comes towards the side pocket with the cue ball off the side. Nope, he's going to go your route.
No, I think he's cueing for your route.
Okay. Yeah, with a little left. No, he went back and forth. Not, didn't go forth and out.
All right, center table, enough angle. Gabe Owen, 101 to 36 for Mr. Morra.
Getting close to the finish line. Getting real close to the finish line. We're at Griff's Billiards in Las Vegas, Nevada. For those of you out there that have just joined in, this is the U.S. Open. Straight Pool Championships for 2019. Oh, hello.
He got a good spread, but it's not for him. He might have to defend. He might have to go cross-side with the 9. I think I heard him say safe. So he's going to send that 9 ball off the 14, maybe 2 rails, and draw back into the stack. And the 14 should hit a long rail and underneath the short rail. Biggest thing is hiding that 9 ball. Or he's going to slide off the 9 ball is what it looks like. That might be a little bit more practical. Back cut the 9 a little bit more towards the 14, slide with low right. Go long rail and then the head rail. No, he's not choosing to do that either. Just can't make up his mind. Okay, safe is what it was. Cue ball up table, didn't really give up a whole lot. Rearranged the furniture lightly, and John stepping to the table.
No balls pocketed.
He did make the break ball. He was just stuck on the rack. John might return serve, but he has to be cautious of that 9-5. If he skims the outside edge of the 14, that he might end up giving up a 9-5 that could be wired to that corner pocket. He might be shooting it, the 5-14 combo. That's what he lined up for rather quickly right there, and then he decided to stand up and rethink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go ahead and play safe. Play the cue ball 2 rails. Four ball leaked out. John not very happy with the way he hit that. And again, I'm curious. Pay attention to this 9-5 down here. It looks wired. I mean, if that cue ball was the 4 ball, he'd be shooting it because then it cuts the 5 naturally.
Coming into the 11.
Yeah, so I'm curious if he hits this with Scotia inside to come into those balls, draws into the stack as much as he can.
I think he's just going to pocket the ball and not worry about
Yeah, he was able to get into the stack. Low right, moved a couple. Oh, yeah. Now he's going to...
Now he's going to score some more balls, and he'll have to open up one more rack after this.
Hopefully.
Needs 23 balls from here. Into the stack again. 5 ball is insurance. He could get behind the 1. I think he clips the 14.
Yeah, I'm playing this pocket speed, bump the 9 to 14. Problem is you bump the 9, then you're probably
You
hooked.
could be in trouble. That's why I like clipping the 14. Just make sure you stay above the 9. No,
See, he went a little bit of pace.
And
now he's going to have to shoot a long shot.
Yep.
Maybe the 1 in the side, but probably up in the corner. I don't see him back cutting the 5. It's a little steep. What do you like? 1 in the corner, cue ball drifts to the 9-14.
Back cuts the 5. The cue ball goes 3 rails to the middle of the table. He has the 8 or the 6 ball next. I don't think it scratches, but it does.
He's playing the 5.
It's in your mind. Just influence with a little bit of right English, so you don't keep it out of the hole. Make sure you hit, around the first diamond from the pocket. Oh, it does scratch. Ah, I told you you had to be aware of that.
So there's 5, 5, 1 comes up. That's 11. He's made 4 minus 1 off his total score. So I have 101 with 4 balls.
Correct. 100 with 4 balls. 1 comes off his total score. He had 102. I don't know. I'm right. Thought so. Oh, total, yes. Oh, he's keeping track of the balls all together. Gotcha.
I made a ball. The one I made, spots.
No.
That's the only one? That's the only one. I guess the one I made, spots. Okay. I don't know. We play these all the time, right?
Well, John picks up where Gabe was hoping to go. Nice and soft for position on the 6 ball, I'm thinking. No, he's going to go down underneath for the 13 and work his way back up into the stack.
Now he's got to be careful he doesn't come too thick into this 10. He might scratch up in that same corner like Gabe did.
He's not going to hit it hard, I don't think. Yeah. But then he didn't. He's going to hope for this combination's lined up.
Yeah, it looks like a 14 ball cut shot on the side. I mean, he could probably make the combo. Yeah, he's calling it.
He's called the 9. That's a nice view of it. Just a little bit of a cut.
See, he threw it into the point almost.
I wonder if he's looked out for his break shot here. Vegas. He was trying to push that 12 ball out just a little bit to have a better break shot. It's not a bad break shot now. He put it out enough. Just that little bit that he moved it, put it outside the line so it won't spot. Because I believe if the side of the ball is touching the line,
Goes back into the rack.
it goes back into the rack.
I think. Some people play at spots dead center
Oh
of
no,
the
this
table.
spot said, I'm sorry. Right. The spot's up at the top of the
Might have
head
been
spot.
trying to bump the 12 again.
Might try again right here. I don't think he will, but he's got to spin the ball over, but he could try to bump it again. Misses it, he won't have a good shot on the 15. No, he went upstairs. He went upstairs, and now he's going to get shape on the 6, I believe. Oh, 10-4. He could risk pushing the 12 to the other side of the rack, but why? It's already
Yeah,
there. It's where he wants it.
It's established. Just leave it.
Uh-oh.
No, he'll shoot the 12. Just use the 15 as a breakout. See, that's where he's bring his cue ball back. Now the question is, does he do it with top a hair right, or does he draw it to the side rail? Yeah, I think top is a little bit easier to control. Now getting a quality shot after this breakout, shooting it with extreme low right, a lot of speed.
I get 10 there, right?
As you heard John mention, he's stating that he got 10 balls.
10-4 rack. 104.
And Gabe is at 105.
That's what I have. He had that scratch that removed one from his 101. John, cool, calm, collected, walking around the table, gathering his resolve, I guess. I don't know what it is he's gathering.
So as much
Composure.
right as he's going to put on this, do you think he's hitting the edge of the 3, or do you think he's putting the 3 in the 13?
I think he might slide off the bottom of the rack to the left rail. Just like that. And his English brought him up. Nice for the 4. That was very well done.
Excuse me.
Four ball coming back. Cue ball coming back. Close. Oh, hello, 2 ball. How's that 6-10 look? He's looking at it now, so he'll tell us. I think even if it looks good, he shoots the deuce.
Got everything opened up with that one.
He can open them up a little more again if he wants. I think he'll just push the 13 out and go ahead and take the 10 ball next. And then come up for those balls, those 3 balls off the back rail. Moving the 9 so that he can shoot it, or keep the 9 as a break shot, or keep the 6 as a break shot. He may want to develop one. No, he didn't want to bother anything. He says, I'll just shoot the 13 next. Now the 1 goes to the left side, so he'll shoot this 10, and actually he can develop a real nice break shot. He's already got one actually, but if he comes up and moves the 9 a little bit, and kind of rolls just a little up high, he can really develop a real nice break shot. But there's no insurance shot, so I don't think it's not there. Let's see how he does this. I do think he'll go into the 9 ball here.
There he is, striking it right-handed again.
It's easier to reach right-handed. I guess either way. Missed it, but he's got insurance balls down here on the side of the table. Sometimes I like keeping them up there for that reason. Just leave them up there, and in case you get in trouble down at the bottom, there's always help at the top.
He might pocket the 11 in the side to get on the 7. Then the 9 ball's a little higher. And he doesn't have to travel as far off the object ball to get a breakout.
Pocketing the 7, he comes around for the 5 next. Or if he doesn't get to the 5, he's got the 12. He's looking at, it looks like he's looking at the 5 from here. Seeing where he wants to be. See, ideally he'd like to open up the 1-6 off the 5, but he's not guaranteed a shot.
Yeah, the 12 ball's dangling in the corner.
Oh, that's true. I forgot all about that one. Remember the insurance ball I talked about earlier? It's still there. But it's further than 6 feet away. I don't really care to shoot that far away anymore.
It's all right. He won't have to.
He's got a 3.
Now I'll slide all the way up table. Or do you think he'll take care of the 6-1 down here before he goes up and leave those 2 up top to get shape on the 9?
I think he takes care of the 2 balls. He might use those 2 balls up top to get on the 9, one or the other. Well, that's going to change his mind. Hello, 14. You just became my next shot. Instead of going around you, I
went through
ran into you. Fancy meeting you here. You'd rather shoot the 12? I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand this, but who knows? Maybe it's
just real
further off
soft.
the rail.
Just, yeah, it seems like it is. Just real soft. 6-1, 14. That's no fair. I think a player should have to declare what side he's going to shoot from and not switch. He'll just get up to the middle of the table. Pocket the 14, give himself a nice angle for the 9. Keep working. Let's come up a little further than that.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I'm curious if it comes around the 3 rails.
I think I just come off the rail to the spot I need to be for the break shot. I don't think a chance going. No, he's going around. He's gone too far.
Perfect.
No, he's just perfect. Absolutely. As Mitch said, perfect. That was the 12th rack. And the score is 104 to 60. John has his work cut out for him.
They both do.
Gabe needs 2 racks, or a rack and a half. Rack and 3/4.
Rack and a
2/3.
half.
Thirds. Rack and a half. Baby backs or beef?
I'd go with baby back.
Uh-oh. I saw someone that scratched like that. And as a reminder for you guys out there, guess what happened today in Monterey, California?
Mr.
Something big.
400 just became Mr. 600.
Yes, he did, Mr. 626. John Schmidt shattered Willie Mosconi's 526 ball record that stood for 65 years and went 626 balls in a little over 4 hours, 44 racks into the 45th rack.
Hopscotch into the rack.
Hello, 10 ball.
He might not like it.
He can elevate and just draw it back and right into
Yeah,
13,
it goes.
14, and then the
Now that I
10.
see that angle, the 10 ball's a hair high and they're not froze. It goes.
Oh, it went right through there. Now he's going to have to shoot the 5. I thought that would hit the, go into the 13 and then slide over and be on the 7. Looking around the room, we still have plenty of spectators for here. On this gorgeous Memorial Day, Memorial evening. Looking at the television up there, and they've got lots of flags up there. In honor of those who've served. We thank you. And the families of those who served.
Beautiful day for a lot of people.
Coming back. Three ball goes past the 8, I believe. Pretty close. Or the 8 ball goes past the 3. The cue ball goes past the 3 for the 8. He does have an insurance ball, the 1 in the side. Well, now the 6 ball and the 1 ball are about equal break shots. So we'll see him probably pocket the 7, the 3, work his way over to that 15 ball, take care of balls in the middle of the table, and key ball will probably be the 12 to get shape on the 1. Could be. Or to get shape on the 6. Doesn't want to bump balls here. He wants to go right by the 1. Pretty. Nicely done. Just a little off angle from where you'd want to be.
You saying he wants to be a little bit higher to either bump
bit
to
higher.
13?
I would think.
No, just pick them apart. Slide above it, shoot the 13 next. Leave the 1 ball as his breakout. Or the 12, remember?
Yep. Well, no, the 12, I think, is his key shot to get on the 1. He'd like to be, for the break, he'd like to, well, he's probably be a little closer to the 12. But he'd like to be right where he's at, right where the 12 is, actually, for the 1. He's pretty straight here. He's good. He's good. Stun. Stun or play shape on the 6. Stun to play shape on the 6. You can just stop this right here. Be on the 13, get on the 15, and then the 12.
I'm along with Gabe on this one. He's kind of watching TV, paying attention to the room. I think he's not liking John's pace. Shooting this ball right-handed. He's
easier-
very
it's
accustomed
easier
to.
play. Yeah. Don't tap.
Going straight in on the 12.
Just come off this ball and get shape on the 6. We're just going to play the 12. You like the straight in shot? He does. Yeah, that 15 ball isn't so appealing anymore since he's got to go over the 12.
Yeah, I mean, 12 ball, 6 ball, 15 ball is my pick. Play it to the wide side of the pocket.
Yeah, that's so he with the cue ball very close to where it is now, just to the left of it. He's hitting those Cyclop Hyperion balls.
On a beautiful diamond table.
Played covered with Simonis cloth. But I don't believe he's wearing discount custom apparel.
No, he is not.
Nor is he shooting with a Predator carbon fiber cue or any of the 314 series.
I'll tell you what, till I got my 12.9 Revo, I was a fan of that 314.3. I
Look at
loved
his
it.
cue ball's perfect. His cue ball is perfect.
And he's going to take a restroom break.
74-104. Yes, sir. JB cases. There's a good look at the upcoming events. The Predator World 10-Ball Championship. The BCA Pool League World Championships. USA Pool League National Championships. The Diamond Las Vegas 9-Ball Open. All these are coming up this summer. And you can see the changes in the future for 2020, 2021. Everything is changing to March in 2020. Next year, those events will be in March. The year after, they will be in March. The year after, towards the end of March. And that is all on the PlayCSIPool.com website. These are the dates coming up for the next 5 years. Meanwhile, BCA Pool League World Championships in USA National Championships are between July 17th and the 27th this year, with the Diamond Las Vegas Open 9-Ball Championship the 17th through the 20th, and from the 22nd to the 26th, the Predator World 10-Ball Championships. Keep in mind, the World 10-Ball is $100,000 added. The Diamond Las Vegas Open 9-Ball is $25,000 added. Limited to 128 players played on 9-foot diamonds. It's only $275 entry, so if you like 9-ball, you better get your entry in now. Just go to PlayCSIPool.com, find the online entry form, sign up. The Predator World 10-Ball is an invitational in only. They'll invite 64 top players in the world to play 10-ball here in beautiful, sunny, and it will be warm Las Vegas. During the BCA Pool League World Championships, 17th to the 27th, they also have the singles, the 9-ball challenge, very popular. The 8-ball challenge, very popular. Amateurs and pros mixed together. It's Fargo based, so there'll be a little bit of a handicap, I guess you might say. You get a game here, a game there, based on Fargo. But that's what's coming up here in Las Vegas. And something you don't see there in August of this year are the U.S. Open 10-ball and the U.S. Open 8-ball championships. August 8th through the 10th is the 10-ball. August 11th through the 13th is the 8-ball. So join us. This is the first day of the straight pool, U.S. Open straight pool. Beginning Thursday, we will have the U.S. Open 1-pocket championship. So we still have 5 more days after today of U.S. Open pool for you here at Griff's. If you can make it down to Griff's, come on down. The food's great, the beer's cold, and we are all pool enthusiasts. Come in, stop by and say hi to Mitch Ellerman, Ben Sutherland, and myself here at the booth.
And if not, I'll just say hello, hello, hello.
There you go. That's Mitch Ellerman. Another voice heard from, so you don't get tired of mine. And John Morra is on break. He's making his way back to the table through the crowd of spectators. As is Gabe Owens. And they come to the room.
They can touch the table. They can't touch the one.
Somebody stole my pen. I dropped it again. Well, I believe we got a 38 ball run by John Morra so far. He started out when Gabe missed, leaving with 4 balls, pocketed 4 balls. And John ended up with a 10-4 rack, and then he's run 2 racks after that. John came back to the table. He says they can touch the table, but they can't touch the one. That's my break shot.
Cue ball's a little far. Not saying he's not favored to make any of these. I'm just saying it's a little bit having your work cut out for you.
Not the ideal situation, but he started out the match with a long shot off of Gabe's break.
Yeah, but that's when the score was even. He knows if Gabe gets to the table, that could be the match.
John Morra is seasoned enough that I don't believe him make a difference. But he's shooting the 7-ball, and there's distance between it, so. High reward for making it, high risk, penalty for missing it. He paid the penalty. And Gabe says, my turn, step aside.
He's been sitting there a little while.
Yes, he
He's going to take his time to walk around, get warmed up.
Yeah, get his blood flowing again. We are 2 hours and 25 minutes into this match. So that tells us, this is the first day of straight pool, that tells us that these matches can take over 2 hours. We were thinking that 2 hours would be a safe time for a 125 ball race in straight pool. Yeah, just come on down to Griff. We got 5 days after today. This is the last match for the night. will start tomorrow on Tuesday at 12 o'clock, high noon. All the action starts at high noon here at Griff's. Come on down for lunch. Watch the pros. Take a picture with the pros.
And if you feel it necessary, you can swear at a pro. I'll be that guy.
You can swear at them.
You know what?
With the earphones on. he's wearing earphones and he says, go ahead and swear at me. You can't hear me. Meanwhile, Gabe is...
A little 5-4 action. He's got to be cautious. He needs to make sure he stays at the table. He didn't think he'd be getting back for a little while, and he got blessed with a opportunity. I don't know that that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but he can go around 3 Ooh, the 7.
This is the scratch that got him. He can spin with a lot of right, miss the 6 ball, but why wouldn't you just cut the 14 in the side? Why?
I think it's tougher. I like this shot. I like shooting this. Well, I
see, if you're taking that long to second guess, no way I'm
something
shooting
else.
it. See, look at that. $14 in the side. Make sure it hits the top rail. You get shape on the 6 in the side or the 3 ball in that corner with a much easier shot.
There's the voice of logic, folks, and the sense of reason. I'm unreasonable, illogical.
He's thinking, well, maybe I'll open it up, go 3 rails, get into the
and
stack.
He does here. He has a right-hand English shot. He'll have enough that he
Or
should
hit it
be
with
able.
inside. Come into the stack immediately, 1 round.
I think it
I'd have
avoids the
done already
stack
shot the
inside.
14 in the side and the 6 or the 3, whatever I got better position on.
Or I would have been to the table.
True, touche.
He's going around the 6, not on the inside of the 6. Nope, he went on the inside of the 6 and actually hit it too hard.
With a little love bump.
A little low, the love bump came into play. Hello, 5 ball. Remember me?
Yep. He's happy
Mind
to
if
see
I
it.
strike you in the pocket?
He's happy to see it. Making sure you touch the 8, you don't not hit the 15. You want to, so you might want to avoid the 8, but judging how thick he has to hit the 5. Yeah, I'm still going with that 14 in the side last shot.
Last shot?
Call me whatever, but that's, I'm shooting that 14 ball last shot.
I think you shoot this 5 ball. It's going to drift into these. Well, you got to get a shot here, so it's going to hold. So it's pretty tight. He's changing
I'm just
over to the 8
judging.
ball.
I'm just judging from physics.
Uh-huh.
Half the 7 balls covering half the 5 ball. It's 2 1/4 inches in diameter. You can hit half that ball and make it as no problem. Maybe a little bit of inside, help the cue ball deflect to the contact point.
Well, things just got tough.
He's straight in the corner, but again, it's a long shot.
Things just got tougher.
Side pocket.
I think he's going for the side of the corner.
Side. Too much distance.
I don't like the cue ball tracking towards the corner,
Oh.
to the other corner pocket.
Made a fool out of me.
Yeah, no, it's just that I didn't like the cue ball.
So
It tracks to the upper left.
12 ball is going to be the breakout ball. Does he shoot the 8 now, or the 11, or the 15?
I'll let Gabe decide that.
I'm thinking stopping or draw the 8, just a hair, so he shoots the deuce. Then he can pick apart that rack without touching the 12. So we go 8, 2, 13, or 11, draw back,
I think he'll get a shape for the 2 ball off the
or
7.
8, 7 deuce. Yeah.
These patterns are delicate. Wish I had John Smith here to guide us. guide you guys at home. After all, he just got done running 626 balls. 626
Just over 4 balls. Just over 4 hours. That means he'd already hit this ball.
He'd already been out. That was cruel.
Sorry for my sense of humor for you at home watching, or wherever you're tuning in from. We appreciate it.
Well, you know, they're relaxed. I'm hoping they're relaxed, sitting with their feet up. Some of them have it on a big screen TV. Some of them have it on their computer, on their iPad. Some have the volume turned off so they can't hear what I'm saying. He doesn't want to shoot, so he'll shoot the 11, come around. For either side of the 2. This is an interesting shot. I thought he'd shoot the 2 ball next. Bring the cue ball back up to the middle of the table, 1 rail. But he's going to shoot this, yeah, I'm not sure that he will. Shoot this 15 ball. He could shoot this ball, and if he draws over, he could actually run into the 7 and mess things up. He's shooting the 2 ball. I didn't like shooting it that way. I like shooting it straight up. Center English. Center high.
Now he's going to stun to the middle of the table, shoot
Yeah.
6-7 after he makes the 15, obviously. 15, 6, 7. 7 gets him on the 12. Or perhaps maybe in reverse order if he slides too far, but maybe he likes the 6 ball being further away. He can move his cue ball a little bit more to get on the 12 comfortably.
He might draw 2 rails for the 6 ball. Travel the ball way up, and he shot it soft. Pretty crazy to go way up there and back. He's coming, well, he can come straight back off either ball.
Yeah, here, just because how straight he is, I almost might shoot the 7 first.
That's...
Because you got a little bigger window to go from 6 ball to the right and land on the 12 ball all the way to the side rail withdrawal, kind of like bar table position. Instead of going forward with right. I guess that would work too, but it all depends on your bridge. I know that you and I are lefties, so our right hand's going to be over the 12 ball when it comes to our bridge.
Well, he's decided to shoot this one first. Come back just a little. And, oh, he hit that so sweet. That's so sweet. You like to have the cue ball right where it is right now. Can I ask, he wants to know if he can just put the ball in with his hand and just leave the cue ball.
I personally might come around 3 rails. But the problem with that is moving the cue ball a lot. He's going to punch it and come out to 1 rail. So okay, now that I see the angle, punching it makes more sense. Yeah, that's
Stop.
way
Not
better.
so much. Easy. A little too straight.
So we got 76, 118. Mr. Owen needs 7 balls.
That was a 13-1 rack. Good, Tim.
I thought it. No. All right, sorry, we were just having some scoring clarifications. All good in the hood. Yeah, I was clarifying with he was at 105. He got 13 and 1. So it's 118. Morra got 1 ball, which Tim put up on the score. The second Morra had missed. That's why we're getting a little congested. While they were at the restroom break, it was a clerical error. Their score, it's 105. Start of that plus 13 is 118. Sorry, folks, we're just chatting here in the booth, making sure we got our ducks in a row.
They are now.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication between us and the transaction of mid-rack where Gabe had scratched and what he was actually at, or how many he had actually run. That is a pretty good shot.
Especially if it lays on the rail.
Now, Morra has a chance to redeem himself. Ooh, that 8 might be blocking the one. He might not be able to cut it. I mean, as George and I have said throughout the week, that it's been
That's right.
so Mr. Owen only needs 6 balls in order to close out the set and advance on the winner side for tomorrow. Just really got to reach out and on beyond the half of CSI. Thank you guys for tuning in this holiday weekend. We understand you guys will probably be out barbecuing or spending some time with the family, so if you're choosing to spend it with us, it's greatly appreciated. He's going to play a nice little save. Just slow roll to the bottom of the stack. Take a foul. What a shot. Creative and productive. And Gabe, seeing that philosophy, might actually do the same thing and return the same thing. Go down a ball.
Put him in the same place. You didn't like it there, put him in the same place.
Yep.
Take the scratch and put him in the same place.
He doesn't want to travel as far and risk it. Says, you like being down here, go ahead. This is another right-handed shot. Now we'll see.
Oh, he would
Does
have liked to have got there.
Gabe go for the gusto and bank or combo the 1 and plays cue ball?
Nate 7, he pockets the 1, he wins the game. Misses the 1, gets John back and a shot at the 50-ball run. Things to weigh through your mind before you shoot. How confident do I feel?
He said he's calling it straight back.
Oh, he's going to stick the ball. I see that. This is a nice shot here. If he executes it well, even if he misses the ball, this cue ball is a pretty nice place. Unless it goes well, if it goes in, he likes it. It's gone in. That spot's yes. They're questioning. They're asking whether the ball spots right.
Hit to the side.
He says, "John, you're here. You spot it." Does that 15 go by the 6 ball in the corner pocket? Or is it the 14? The 14. I don't think so.
No, right now the 8's the only shot.
Okay.
He might be looking at something else, but
I might just try to stand behind that 3 ball, elevate, and bank the 8 ball out of there and stick the cue ball right back into that little stack there. And there's a little house built real nice.
yeah. But
right
if he
between
comes
the
back
7
in, he shoots the 14 up table in the corner pocket, possibly.
Well, you just blew my dreams.
I'm just saying. Just saying. But I do like the idea.
See, I see little homes like that for balls, and I think of one pocket, I guess, unfortunately, and I say I put them in that little house. It's
You got
built just for that
6
ball.
of them pockets to shoot
That's
at.
right. Not anymore, and you know, that's what they have here in this game. I'm used to playing the one where they only have one.
Now he's looking at it. I mean, I guess the other thing is for queuing purposes, he could probably
Shoot the
play the
6 ball right
14
out of
up
there.
table, push the 6 to the side rail, freeze the cue ball at the top of the 15, tempt Gabe to take another bank.
Well, I don't think. I think he just called the ball just in case, and that way he gets one more ball. I don't think he was trying to really make it, since he wasn't playing position.
Yeah, see, we'll see. He might have got it, but I think that 14 still might go. His cue ball was excellent.
That's exactly where I pictured the shot.
Yeah,
Now let's
no,
see what he does
no,
with
you're
it.
right. I think
it's
he
not a
can't
bad-
make the 14. No, I don't
'Cause
think
it's
he
up
can.
It's up against the
Yeah,
15
he
ball.
froze it. Yeah.
Yeah, he froze it perfect in there, right in the little house. Yep, especially from this angle, it looks like it.
Now, do you take another foul?
He's not on one, so it doesn't matter if he takes one. He'll lose the ball, but he's still one rack. And at this point, 6 balls or 7 balls. It'll be 8 balls that he'll need. Actually, he needs 8, right? No, he's got 1, so he needs 7. He's at 118. Score reflects 118, but there's 1 to be deducted for the scratch. And he's pocketed a ball, so it's 118. And there's also the danger of moving the ball.
Oh, you know what? He was measuring. He might play the cue ball, take a foul, and tempt John to shoot. Play it up by the head string on the opposite end. He's looking to see if he can cue it, clear the 8.
Clear the 8, because you can't really spin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to spin, being way up there. And
Oh,
earlier in the game, he was over a ball like that, and he went to shoot it. And remember, he took a foul because he didn't follow through. And he hit it, just moved a few inches. Got there.
He didn't want to nick the 14 going out.
Well, it wasn't a foul. But he's given up possession of the table. And John's come with a healthy shot at this 14 ball. Oh boy, what cue ball is coming back to that little house at a high rate of speed? Right between the 7 and the 15 ball. That's where he'd like to hit, I think. No, he's going 2 rails underneath, coming back up.
Even if he can't make the 12 ball straight, he can make it going rail first.
Yes. Good point, Mitch. See, a lot of guys will shoot that shot, and they're happy just to make it and come off the rail a little bit. He made it and came up the rail a little bit.
Counted it already?
Yeah, I already counted it. We've already subtracted. But I marked the one that's already was down.
All right.
So there's a total of 13 more to do.
Okay.
John shoot this 4 ball. What's his position shot here, Mitch?
I don't think he's ready to go into the stack from the bottom of it.
No, I don't think so either.
I think he's going to go forward ahead, get on the 7, or maybe if he gets high enough on the 13.
Any possibility he just kind of gets off the rail a little bit, real soft, and shoots the 9 ball? I don't like it. I just wondered if.
Yeah,
if you
judging
would-
from
if
how
you
many
would
short
consider
shots
it.
they've
Yeah,
been shooting,
yeah.
I don't think he's going to get shape for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it, but I don't see him getting shape for it.
No, I was curious. I know I would not try that.
It is crazy the tricks that your mind plays on you. Playing rotation, set match, set 9 ball, he's going to hit it Mach 2. Playing this game changes you a little bit. Same thing with 1 pocket, and you know that.
Yeah. Yep. He's. I can't tell if he's winding up to come up off the rail
Looks
or.
like he's going to punch it.
punch out. Yeah, he did. Got himself a shot on the 11 or the deuce. Deuce is nice. It's a pretty deuce. It's blue.
Tell you what, though, after the conclusion of this rack, he'll be at 80-plus balls. Get real close. So, I mean, pretty much the next person to miss. You know, if John misses, it should be the match.
Sure, of course, because the balls to close it out are on the table right now. He's shooting this, he's doing something with the cue ball. I would just go ahead and take it and shoot the 13 ball next. Okay, that's what he's doing. He's just stopping the ball. Didn't want to roll forward, didn't want to float the cue ball.
And for you music aficionados, yes, that is Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac in the background, one of my personal favorites.
So just pay-per-view, doesn't matter.
I'm just trying to put a smile on someone's face, George.
No, I was thinking, trademark infringement side was thinking about.
No, we don't own the rights to this music.
There we go.
Hit that one with a little bit of speed.
Does he have a shot on the 5?
Nah, he tied
Three,
up the
excuse me.
15.
Another 5, yeah.
15-9 are now tied up. 11 ball, 10 ball, 5 ball are the accessible ones.
You know,
I do see him shooting this ball, the 10 ball right-handed, and coming into those balls again.
I don't know how many of you people out there, I don't know how many viewers out there ever come to the pool hall without their cue sticks, but you know, it kind of feels kind of weird to leave it in your hotel room.
Yeah, mine's at my house. I didn't even bother.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, if you guys are here in Vegas, you really should just come on down and sweat it. I mean, there's lots going on, lots of people coming in, lots of things to see. Now look at what just developed. The 11 might not go in the corner because of how the 6 is sitting. And the 3 might not go in the corner, but the side. So I think John's going to take a lot of time here and really decide. Because like we said earlier, whoever
misses the next ball.
Yeah. I guess I was wrong in my assumption of coming into those balls, or the play that I called. He did execute, but isn't happy with the end result, or at least not initially.
And by the way, if you've never been to Griff's, you should make it a point. Put it on the list in Vegas. If you're here for vacation, if you're here this summer for all these events, and you plan to be at the Rio and not make it to Griff's, it would be a pity. Great pool room, good food.
Ooh, it went.
Yes. Very nice room. Very, very nice. The food's good.
Absolutely.
The drinks are great.
You guys saw me on stream during the banks. That's where that billet come from. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Texas Roadhouse.
A little bit of both. I mean, I don't eat every day at Texas Roadhouse. Only like
I want you to take me
days
over to
that start
Annie's
with
Kitchen.
T's.
I
Yeah,
wanna
we
to
can
Annie's
go.
Kitchen.
Yeah, we can go.
I don't have a car. I want to get out to Annie's Kitchen. In fact, Preacher Bill I saw him sitting here just a little bit ago.
Yeah, he is. He's
where
actually
the
playing
sauce
on.
makes it boss.
He's playing on table 23.
Okay. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I read all the reviews and stuff. I'm excited to head out there. Johnny's working.
Getting shape on
He's
the
working.
3 ball? No, 3 ball's a breakout ball. See how?
Yep, 3 ball is the breakout ball. You forget. Does he come up and nibble? He doesn't want to move the 3 though, so he's gonna want to get shape on the 7 ball.
He's gonna slowly roll over because the 9 goes in the opposing corner, or the same corner as the 5.
He went too far.
And he's just
not a happy camper. He's gonna have to shoot his
definitely
break
not.
shot.
Yeah, definitely not happy.
He would have been fine hitting the 7 ball. If he hits the 7 ball, he likes it. Not hitting the 7 ball, coming out of that corner a little too sharp, turning the corner too sharp, did not work out for him.
It's nice to be able to just switch hands.
Well, start playing right-handed, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to.
Let's see how long it takes you to still not happy.
Wow. Might
You
have just made
cross-bank that
matters
7?
worse.
You cross-bank the 7, you
No,
still don't really have a shot on the
slow
9.
roller with low right, shoot the 15. But the breakout is the issue.
Well, you could just revert to the opening part of the game. Don't break it out. Play a safety. Leave your man frozen on the head rail. Let Gabe open up the break shot. And see if you can pick off a little shot here or there. Not give anything up.
Yeah, I mean, I love shooting balls on the side pocket. I'm shooting this ball firm, low right. Low in the right's bringing me the middle diamond. Cue ball's coming down on the short rail. I'm actually bumping that 9 and 15.
You're going to bump him, huh?
He's just going to go the 1 rail and bump him, which is good too.
Looks like he's playing the ball.
Yeah, he's cutting it. Middle right. Bump both balls. Oh. Ooh. Misjudged the contact point. So now what we're going to see here is Gabe make the 9 and the 15 and use that side pocket as a breakout and see if, or, you know, I shouldn't jump to conclusions.
He can use the 15 as a breakout
Yeah,
shot,
he could.
Yeah. Wow, I never imagined he would shoot that ball to the side pocket. I thought the corner. I never thought he would shoot to the side. Wow. Ouch. So we have 3. This is 9. Problem with this shot, though, is he's going to pocket this ball, play position. Well, will he play position on the 7 ball?
Yeah,
Or
he's
is he
getting
gonna
shape
go-
on the 7.
Okay.
He doesn't want to risk scratching off the stack. And he hit it well. Now it's just all cue ball from here. As long as that cue ball just touches the bottom rail, it should be good.
He's going to have to go up and down. You think he can hold this ball?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. If I'm looking at this ball, I think the angle's too. Oh,
If you thin the 7 in the side,
yeah.
it has to go 1 diamond. Your cue ball's traveling 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 back up. So if you're hitting it a fraction of the ball at quarter ball, for the 7 ball to travel 1 diamond, your cue ball's traveling 4. So
If I'm
it just touches the rail, it comes up.
If I'm shooting this shot, I'm going to hit the bottom rail, the head rail, and come back down.
No, that's way too much.
Okay.
Because then you're needing to come from the top rail down additional 8 feet to land perfect on a ball without going too far under it. Here it's just the, yeah, you and him think alike. I don't like it. See, now he's hooked by the stack. It's exactly what you want to avoid. So scores 120 to 85. Got ourselves a game here, folks. So again, well, he might be able to see it. He just won't have a ball after that. Unless he gets real aggressive and creative and decides to go cross corner.
You know, there is a shot that I used to practice on here. If he pockets this 15 ball and leaves the cue ball down by the
Shoot the
base
12
rail,
off the 14
12
cross
to
side.
14 cross side, but I'm not sure. I've never really shot it on a diamond. So unless you've got that gauged in, I'm not playing it.
He might be muscling this ball.
That'd be
I didn't
absolutely
realize he could
crazy.
see it. And after this, I might just get a house cue and see if I can execute that shot. See
This
if I can
shot?
hold.
Oh,
No, the
that
7
one.
ball
Okay.
he just shot.
I'm telling you, I think that's rather ambitious. You hitting that thin cut like that.
It was a ball and a half outside the side pocket. Cue ball was up high. All you got to do is graze the bottom rail and you're there. If he
All
can,
he needs-
oh,
he got
get
there.
the 13.
He got there.
Might have action.
Uh-oh, he needs 5 balls. He just got 1, needs 4. If he can see this 13 ball, he'll get 1 more and then probably stay there. I don't think the 5 ball goes, so he'll bank the 5 ball out of there and leave the cue ball in that little house.
Well, it's got a
between
little bit of
the
angle
one.
looking at it. I mean, he could play it to the wide side, the point, with low right and draw that 5 out. The other thing to look at is maybe the 12 ball goes.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's high.
Yeah. It's high.
Well, the thing here is, might that contact the 9 ball just by a hair, which banks the 9 ball out for a shot?
Yeah, I knew it. Draw the 5. Get a little love. No love.
No love.
We're fighting.
Needs 3. Wow. John totally surprised me shooting that ball in the side.
The 7 ball?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
He totally surprised me. Ay, 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 ay.
He's going to make a legal hit,
He's going
drift
to
into
put it
the
in the
stack.
stack, yeah.
Three?
You know, I'm a little confused right now. I got to figure this out.
John knows where he stands. He says, you need 3. And Gabe
Yes.
says, I got to figure it out.
Well, I made 2 in that last run, in the last run, plus these 2. So I got 122.
Yeah.
He's studying the rack. He's got to find something. He's looking for something, just some way to get 40 balls.
He's going to skim, play safe, leave him long, tempt Gabe to shoot.
I don't think he wants to break anything out of the stack or move anything.
Gabe's going to probably skim the 12. Look at that cue ball resting on the rail.
You wouldn't skim the 4 here?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. I like your shot.
Go right back uphill because I think there's a cushion there. If he hits the 11-2, there's
I'm
enough
just
space.
so scared of hitting balls thin. I really do. I hate it.
It is tough. I mean, well, the thing is, if he tries to hit it real thin. If he doesn't hit it, have a little outside English.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Yeah, he might just take an intentional. Either way, I was about to say, if you don't hit it thin
Because now,
and miss it, it's an intentional scratch. You
now
gotta go
he's
back
going to
up there.
force him to thin the 5, and if he hits it thick, he sells out. I'm learning. I'm learning. Gabe Owen showing a little bit of his advanced straight pool knowledge. John Morra said not falling for it.
This
Now
ball
I think-
plays off the 5.
Yeah.
Gabe's not scared of hitting him thin.
Well, you know,
But
there's
it
one
wasn't
pocket
the 5
background.
That it wasn't the 5 he was
yeah.
moving. He was moving a ball that's going to
Yeah.
hit a ball and stay there. Made all the difference in the world. Yeah, because you hit that 5 ball and you don't hit it thin, it's going to go right in front of the pocket. And you can give up a shot. And thin off the 10, if he hits a little too much ball, he scratches.
Is he calling it straight back?
It's a good shot.
Is he
Cute.
feeling it? Is
Yeah.
he feeling it? Oh,
The
snap.
thing about it is, yeah. Yep.
Might not get a better look.
Cue ball goes 2 rails back up to the same pocket he's playing it at. And more than likely, all depends on what speed he wants to use as to where the 5 ball goes. What do you think of just banking the 5 ball right into the 2 and leaving the 5 ball on the bottom of the bottom? Yeah, and just leave the cue ball on the bottom. Oh, I see.
I don't know.
John Lehman, our head referee, is here in the booth with us, and he just pointed out, why don't you bank the 5 right into the deuce and take the cue ball up by the middle diamond where you don't give up a shot, because there's a if you don't move the 8, there's a 12-8 combo at risk. If you move the 8, there's a free 12 ball at risk. I like just leaving the cue ball on the bottom rail. You give up a bank shot on the 8.
I don't know if I like this.
It's going thin. I definitely don't like that.
Because if a hair of that 9 ball moves the 10 ball, good night, Irene.
And if you don't hit it just right, good night, Irene, right into the pocket, into the drink. How many times do you try to cut that the spot ball into the corner pocket, playing one pocket with a thin cut like that, and you scratch?
Yeah, what about just slow rolling the cue ball on top to 1? Try and create a dead ball for yourself for your next inning. He's banking this 5. I mean, he's cueing right at the ball. right, play the combo.
Pretty aggressive.
All right, Gabe needs 4 from here. It looks like the 8-5's dead. What can he do with the cue ball to get there?
First and foremost, pocket the ball. Or bank the 12 ball into the stack and take the cue ball back up table. Or thin the 5 ball. He's at a good place to thin the 5
Tell you
ball.
what, that 14 ball might go. That's what he's looking at. I just seen it. 9, 6, 1, 14, and
No, I don't like it. The 6 and the 5, and the 6 and the 7 in the middle of the rack, the way it hits the 1 ball. Oh, I see. You can't get to it. You got to hit the 4 ball.
no, you gotta hit the 9.
The 9
right
won't
at the
get
top.
to it. That won't get to it. Just pocket the ball. And now you 4-rail your favorite shot. You 4-rail the 14.
I think the deuce is in
Playing
the way.
straight. I am kidding, folks. I was totally told. Just want to see if you're paying attention at home.
4 rail the 8.
He's close enough to make good contact with this 5, so he doesn't give it up.
Scratch him.
Oh, he scratched up on top. Oh no. Oh no.
Wow.
Well, he made a ball,
So I made one, and so I just keep it the same.
so we take one off here. He's at 121. The score remains the same.
I have our production manager making fun of me over here while I'm in the booth, keeping me in good spirits. He just knows I'm chubby. The small intestine's eating the big one.
I think he's cutting the ball and going for all the marbles. Cutting the 8 and coming into the stack. If
And
the
he
1
gets
ball
that one
goes,
too.
oh no, he gets 2, but I'd rather have the ball hang up
Yeah, for sure.
to get a shot.
I think he does too. He's looking to see if that 4 ball goes. So once
Sure.
he makes the 14. But I mean, if you're making the 14, you're getting shape on the 5.
Shoot the
Or you
14
think
in
he's
the
just
side.
gonna bank it and draw into the stack?
That's there's another real nice little house there. See the house
Yeah.
between the right up against the 7? Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
I would go ahead and do that.
My opponent needs 4 balls,
5. They haven't removed
4.
it on the screen.
but he made a ball.
Oh,
He
touche.
scratched and made a ball.
Touche.
He made a ball before he scratched. So he's got 3 balls to the good. Deducted two scratches, so he's at 118 from 120. Yes, I do like that. He can get pretty aggressive and just bank it in. Score's right. Nicely done. He laid it in there so nice.
Yeah, I made the 8 and I made another one up there. The same shot.
That's right. He made 2 on that shot, so he got 2 there.
Skim the 6 and tempt John to bank. Leave it by the first diamond after the side pocket, maybe, or the head string. Leave him on the 50-yard line.
Let him bank the 14.
Yeah, right where his hand's at.
Yeah.
Or take another foul, bear him deep in the stack.
You skimmed the 2 ball, you're saying.
No, skim the 6.
Skim the 6. I would not risk pushing a ball from the stack out. He's going to take a foul right there.
So back to 120.
Well, Well, the 4 ball doesn't go in the bottom right.
See, John, if I'm John, I'm taking another scratch. I'm doing the same thing he just did. Because Gabe took one first. And if Gabe decides to take another one, he'll be on 2, and that can be very dangerous. Gabe's looking around, see what he can do here. He'd be ill-advised to take another foul, 'cause that would put him on 2, and then if he happens to foul by touching a ball or something, he'll lose 15 balls in addition to the 3 he's lost with the fouls. So if he just goes off the deuce, well, no, that's not going to work. Go off the 6 and just go to the side rail. Right about there, just come out a little bit. Go ahead and give up that ball up there on top. You can't do anything with it. You can make 1.
Too hard.
I don't mind this. It's going to take an exceptional shot from John to get on the 5 ball. It's going to take an exceptional shot from John to get on the 5 ball.
Low right, stroke it. Damn 9 ball players. This cue ball will be hitting 1.5 as it comes past the side pocket. His cue ball will come down to right where his shaft's at by his bridge hand, and down to the bottom rail on the 5. And you hit it.
And hello now.
And Gabe is a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it just tested his metal. It failed. Now he needs 170. He needs 5 balls. So the ball up on top.
I'm curious. He might. Do you think he comes into the stack now or goes above and gets the 14?
I think he comes into the stack now. He catches part of the 4 ball, opens it up, just like that.
What a shot.
And we're counting down.
Now, does he
needs
go into
4
the
more.
stack again?
No, he goes 2 rails with the cue ball shape on the 8. Nope, he went into the stack.
And
Shape on the 9, excuse me. It was the
instantly
9,
upset, yeah.
Yeah. Shape on the 9.
2 ball, long and in the corner, buddy.
Like the 2 ball in the corner, you like the 11 ball on the side?
Being a lefty, I like the 2 in the corner just because it going to the left's a little bit easier.
I kind of like the 11 ball on the side because the cue ball is going to end up right on top of the 4-6 after hitting the 2 ball.
Yeah, but you still need 1.
Yes. What am I giving up, though? I've taken a shot to get 1, and I'm not giving anything up.
Ginned it.
Ginned it. And that should be the
He
tacos.
needs 1 or 2 more. 4 in the 7.
He's got 117. He's got 6 balls now. He's 123. He needs 2. And he's straight in on the 4 with a stop shot for the 7.
John surrenders. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see
Heck
you
of a ball game,
tomorrow
folks.
with more straight pool action here at the U.S. Open.
At noon, we'll be back here at Griff's. George Stacha, Mitch Ellerman, on behalf of CueSports International, good night.